picture this. You're halfway through an absolutely incredible meal in a city you just flew thousands of miles to explore.
Sounds nice.
Right. The weather is perfect, the food is amazing, and your phone is sitting right there on the table next to your plate. Screen up, where you can keep an eye on it.
Which is what we all do.
Exactly. Then, two people nearby start shouting at each other. Naturally, you look over to see what's happening. You look away for maybe 2 seconds, and when you turn back to your plate, the phone is gone.
Just vanished.
Vanished in the blink of an eye. But the truly terrifying part about this scenario isn't the physical theft. I mean, the person who took it doesn't care about the glass or the titanium frame or the resale value of the hardware. They want the data inside.
Yeah, the physical device is really just the wrapper.
Yeah.
Those thieves are after your identity, your financial accounts, your entire digital infrastructure, and they rely entirely on capitalizing on human distraction to bypass that first layer of security, which is, your physical control of the device.
So, since we are in the thick of peak summer travel season, this exact scenario is playing out all over the globe right now. Today, we're doing a deep dive from BeSecurityAware.com, looking at their comprehensive summer travel guide.
It's a really thorough guide.
It is. Our mission today is to equip you with simple, non-tech-savvy tips to protect your digital life while you travel. Because losing a phone abroad isn't just an annoyance anymore.
No, it's a single point of failure. I mean, modern smartphones have consolidated our most critical tools into one place.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because a lost phone on vacation doesn't just mean you are out $1,000 for a device. You are instantly losing your map, your boarding pass, your digital wallet.
Your translation app.
Right, your digital hotel key, and your lifeline to everyone back home. You aren't just inconvenienced, you are stranded. You're locked out. And worst of all, you might be just one tap away from someone completely draining your bank account.
Which really demands a shift in how we approach travel security. We are analyzing a strategy today to outsmart the underlying mechanics and really the psychology of modern pickpockets. The goal is to configure the device so that if it leaves your possession, it instantly becomes an utterly useless brick to the thief.
So the BeSecurityAware guide starts with the pre-trip lockdown. Before you even pack a suitcase, we have to evaluate the lock screen.
Right.
For a long time, the standard was a simple 4-digit PN. We know that's weak.
For a dedicated thief who is, say, watching you tap your screen, that level of entropy is practically non-existent. It's just a speed bump.
A speed bump, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the wall?
The wall is upgrading to a 6-digit code, or better yet, a full alphanumeric passcode. That exponentially increases the time and processing power required to crack it natively. But the physical vulnerability remains, which is typing that code in public.
Right, shoulder surfing. You're in a crowded plaza, you pull out your phone to check a map, and you tap in your code.
And someone is watching.
Exactly. A spotter is standing right behind you, watching the sequence of your keystrokes. They memorize the PIN, and then they orchestrate that physical distraction to snatch the unlocked phone or even the locked phone that they now have the key to.
Yeah, it's a highly coordinated kinetic attack. They need the cryptographic key first, which is your PIN, before they execute the physical theft. So turning on biometrics like Face ID or fingerprint unlock completely disrupts that sequence.
Because you aren't typing anything.
Right. It authenticates you without displaying the key visually, which neutralizes the shoulder surfing vector entirely.
And both Apple and Android have recently rolled out some heavy-duty anti-theft protections that actively fight back against these physical tactics, right?
Yes, and what's fascinating here is how phone manufacturers are finally utilizing on-device machine learning and telemetry data to understand the context of your physical environment. They are essentially mapping your safe zones.
Like the iPhone's stolen device protection feature.
Exactly.
When this is activated, the phone's operating system constantly analyzes your GPS and Wi-Fi environment. And when it realizes it is somewhere unfamiliar, like a tourist hotspot in a foreign country, and someone attempts to change a critical security setting.
Like viewing saved passwords or disabling the Find My feature.
Right. It throws up a massive roadblock. It demands Face ID. There's no PN fallback allowed. And it enforces a mandatory 1-hour delay before the change goes through.
The brilliance of that delay mechanism targets the thief's business model. Their whole model relies entirely on velocity. They need to snatch the phone, change the Apple ID password to lock you out, wipe it for resale, or drain the financial apps within minutes.
So a 1-hour delay just ruins that.
It breaks their timeline completely. It gives you, the legitimate owner, the window you need to reach a computer and issue a remote wipe command.
And Android tackles this with a feature called Theft Detection Lock, which approaches the problem through physical kinematics.
That's right.
The B Security Guide notes it uses the phone's internal sensors, the accelerometer and gyroscope, to actually feel the motion of a theft.
Yeah, the machine learning model is trained to recognize a very specific sequence of physical events.
That brings up a mechanical question, though. How does the AI differentiate between a thief snatching my phone and running away versus me just grabbing my phone and suddenly sprinting to catch a departing train?
That's a great question. It analyzes compounding variables. It isn't just measuring sudden acceleration, it measures the specific rotational axis change of a phone being ripped from a hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, followed immediately by high-speed movement, often compounded by a sudden disconnection from your paired Bluetooth smartwatch or trusted Wi-Fi network.
So it's looking at the whole picture.
Exactly. And when those telemetry markers align, the operating system instantly locks the screen. Plus, Android features an offline device lock. Thieves typically pull the SIM card or toggle airplane mode immediately to sever the device's connection to the tracking network.
Right, so it can't be tracked.
But the operating system recognizes that sudden forced air gapping and drops the lock screen instantly.
Now, there is a massive vulnerability we need to cover regarding the lock screen itself, because by default, our phones are designed for frictionless convenience.
Too much convenience sometimes.
Yeah. You can swipe down and open the control center, pull up your digital wallet, or reply to a text message, all while the phone is technically locked.
Which is incredibly dangerous. Leaving those features accessible without authentication is functionally equivalent to putting your sensitive servers in a demilitarized zone on a network. It exposes critical command and control functions to the public.
It's like locking the front door of your house but leaving the first floor windows wide open. If a thief grabs your phone, the very first thing they do is swipe down and engage airplane mode.
Exactly.
If you allow control center access from the lock screen, you are handing them the ability to instantly sever your connection to the phone. You have to go into your system settings and explicitly disable access to the control center, digital wallets, and USB accessories when the screen is locked.
You are securing the perimeter. So the device hardware is hardened, the screen is locked down, but the real challenge emerges when you step off the airplane in a foreign country.
You have no cellular service.
Right, and you urgently need an internet connection to find your hotel or contact your family.
You want to avoid massive international roaming fees from your home carrier, but you must absolutely stop relying on random free public Wi-Fi. The structural solution is provisioning a travel eSIM.
Yeah, an eSIM is just a digital SIM card. Instead of inserting a physical piece of plastic, you download a network profile directly to the phone's baseband processor.
It's so much easier.
It is. It provides local cellular data in your destination country, often for a fraction of the cost of roaming. The guide specifically recommends a service called Saily, which is engineered by the team behind NordVPN, so it builds privacy protocols directly into the routing architecture.
Here is the most crucial mechanical tip regarding eSIMs, though, and this is something that trips up a lot of travelers. When you activate your travel eSIM for cellular data, you must configure your phone's dual SIM settings to leave your home physical SIM card active simultaneously.
Yes, this is vital. Modern smartphone basebands support dual active standby. So you configure the phone's internal routing table so that the default data line is your travel eSIM, but the default voice and SMS line remains your physical home SIM.
And the reason for this specific configuration is two-factor authentication. Imagine you're trying to log into your bank from a cafe in Madrid. Your bank initiates a security check and texts a 6-digit verification code to your home phone number.
But if you physically removed your home SIM card to put in a local one or deactivated the line entirely, that text just goes into the void.
You are completely locked out of your own bank account while thousands of miles from home.
We see travelers trigger fraud alerts constantly because they log in from a foreign IP address and then they fail the two-factor authentication challenge because their home SIM is offline.
Ouch.
Yeah. Another critical layer for connectivity is Wi-Fi calling. This protocol routes your standard phone calls and SMS texts over an encrypted internet connection when cellular towers are unavailable.
But the catch is the provisioning process. You need to enable Wi-Fi calling in your settings while you are still sitting on your couch at home.
Right.
Cellular carriers require your device to be registered on their domestic network to complete the emergency address registration and download the carrier profile update.
If you wait until you are connected to a hotel router in Tokyo, the provisioning will fail and the feature just won't activate.
Good to know. Now let's address the public Wi-Fi traps, because desperation for data often leads travelers straight into malicious networks. The primary threat vector is something security researchers call the evil twin.
Yes, the evil twin.
You're at the airport, you check your phone, and you see an open network labeled free_airport_Wi-Fi. You connect. But that network isn't broadcast by the airport's IT department.
No, it's broadcast by a threat actor sitting 3 rows away with a laptop and a portable router.
They are broadcasting a fraudulent network with a legitimate-sounding name. And once you connect, they become the man in the middle for all your data traffic. No, wait, I'm going to push back on this a little bit. I thought all public Wi-Fi was completely unsafe and anyone could read my traffic. Like that classic Starbucks hacker scenario.
Well, you are addressing a very common misconception. Today, the vast majority of web traffic utilizes HTTPS encryption. The TLS handshake ensures the data traveling between your phone and the website is cryptographically scrambled.
So if someone intercepts the packets, it just looks like absolute gibberish.
Exactly. So public Wi-Fi isn't inherently dangerous just by the act of connecting.
Then what's the danger?
The danger is no longer passive eavesdropping. The danger of the evil twin network is active DNS hijacking.
Oh, I see.
When you join their fraudulent network, they control the DNS resolver. So you type in chase.com, and instead of writing you to the actual bank, their router redirects your request to a malicious server hosting a visually perfect clone of the Chase logging page.
Ah, so you bypass your phone's built-in cryptographic defenses because you voluntarily hand your credentials to a site you believe is legitimate.
Exactly.
The Be Security Aware Guide also warns about another Wi-Fi vulnerability called autopilot.
Yeah, your phone's operating system is designed to seamlessly auto-join networks it remembers, just to save you data. And it identifies these networks purely by their name.
So if my home network is called Netgear 5G, and I walk past a building in Rome, broadcasting a network called Netgear 5G, my phone assumes it's my home router and silently connects while it's still in my pocket.
Yes. Threat actors exploit this by broadcasting the most common default router names globally, or the names of major hotel chains. They cast a wide net, capturing the auto-join requests of passing devices. The mitigation is straightforward, though. Just dive into your Wi-Fi settings and toggle off the auto-join feature for public networks entirely.
The golden rule of travel tech emerges right here. Treat all public Wi-Fi strictly as read-only.
Read-only, yes.
If you want to pull up a restaurant menu or check public transit schedules, utilize the free cafe Wi-Fi. But the moment you need to authenticate a session, checking a bank balance, logging into an email account, or entering a credit card, you sever the Wi-Fi connection and rely exclusively on the encrypted cellular data of your private eSIM.
It creates a hard separation of privileges based on the network's trust level.
Okay, let's transition from digital network traps to physical proximity exploits. Your connection is secure, your screen is locked down. How do scammers exploit your digital wallet when you are physically navigating a crowd?
We're tracking a significant rise in proximity attacks known as ghost tapping. The tap-to-pay functionality utilizing near-field communication, or NFC, is incredibly seamless. Threat actors just weaponize that seamlessness.
The guide details scenarios in packed transit hubs or crowded night markets. Scammers carry hidden payment terminals, which are frequently just a modified smartphone running a merchant point-of-sale app, and they intentionally bump into you.
Right. If the terminal gets within a few centimeters of your pocket, it can initiate an NFC handshake and execute a fraudulent charge.
Wait, my iPhone requires me to use Face ID or double-click the power button to authenticate a payment via Apple Pay. How is someone merely bumping my pocket going to trigger an authorized transaction if the phone is asleep?
Well, they exploit a specific convenience override known as Express Transit Mode, or similar features on Android.
Oh, for the subway.
Exactly. To allow commuters to tap through subway turnstiles rapidly, or even when their phone battery is dead, operating systems allow certain NFC frequencies to bypass biometric authentication. Scammers clone the merchant category code of a legitimate transit authority.
That is incredibly devious.
It is. When their hidden terminal bumps your pocket, your phone believes it is at a subway turnstile and authorizes the small charge without waking the screen.
And they often run tiny, insignificant test charges first, right? Maybe the equivalent of $1 or $2.
Yes, they intentionally keep it under the threshold that triggers automated bank fraud alerts.
So the fix here requires a shift in situational awareness. Whenever you utilize Tap to Pay, you must verify the exact merchant name and the total amount displayed on the terminal screen before authenticating the transaction.
Because threat actors and markets will often attempt to rush the transaction, shoving the terminal at your device before you can verify the display.
The guide strongly recommends configuring real-time push notifications for all credit card transactions through your banking app. If a ghost tap occurs, your phone vibrates immediately, allowing you to identify the discrepancy. Also, a great bonus tip here, always choose to pay in local currency on those terminals for better exchange rates.
Good tip. And when navigating highly congested, chaotic environments where physical bumping is unavoidable, dive into your settings and temporarily toggle off NFC entirely. Just remove the attack surface altogether. Now, another physical vulnerability travelers frequently ask about involves power infrastructure. The infamous juice jacking warning. We see the advisories all the time about plugging devices into public USB charging ports at airports or hotel lobbies. The idea is that hackers have rigged the data pins in the USB port to secretly inject malware or siphon data while the phone charges.
We really need to provide a reality check on juice jacking. From a cybersecurity perspective, confirmed. Real-world cases of malicious USB injection in public spaces are vanishingly rare.
Yeah. It remains largely a theoretical threat vector elevated by media coverage.
So we don't need to panic about the airport charging kiosk.
Panic is unnecessary, but, baseline security hygiene dictates avoiding unnecessary risks. The definitive solution is just relying on your own hardware. Utilize a standard AC wall outlet. Bring your own power adapter, plug it into the wall, and connect your USB cable to your own adapter. It physically isolates your device from any potential data connections, and it provides absolute peace of mind.
Okay, so you successfully avoided the physical pickpockets, you dodged the fake evil twin Wi-Fi, you didn't get ghost tapped in the market. You might still be painting a massive target on your own back before you even leave your driveway through social media oversharing.
Oh, definitely. Travelers routinely underestimate the vulnerability created by broadcasting their status.
The vacation post trap. We see it constantly. You post a selfie at the departure gate with your boarding pass visible. You share a screenshot of a vacation countdown app.
You are effectively broadcasting a verified timeline of when your physical residence will be unoccupied,
Which invites physical burglary. But the digital ramifications are often more severe. The guide points out that every detail you share, the specific airline you were flying, the hotel brand you booked, the names of the pets you left with a sitter, all of that provides the raw material for a highly targeted spear phishing attack.
Exactly. Threat actors don't need to brute force your passwords if they can manipulate you into voluntarily surrendering them.
Let's walk through exactly how that happens. You post publicly that you are flying Delta to Paris. A scammer scrapes that data. The next morning, you receive an urgent text message spoofing Delta's caller ID. It says, Delta Airlines alert, we detect a ticketing error for your upcoming flight to Paris. Click here immediately to resolve the issue and avoid cancellation.
And because the message contains accurate, non-public details about your life, your skepticism drops. The manufactured urgency bypasses your critical thinking.
So you click the malicious link.
Right. You arrive at a cloned Delta website, and you input your credit card details to fix the non-existent error. You are compromised because they weaponized your own data exhaust against you.
The defense mechanism is absolute operational security regarding your travel timeline. Wait to post your photos and experiences until you have physically returned home. Ensure your profiles are locked to private, scrub location metadata, and maintain a low digital profile while abroad.
It makes a huge difference.
But let's face facts. Even with perfect execution of every protocol we discussed, you can still lose your phone. A stranger spills a drink on your jacket. You turn to react and the phone is gone. Losing the hardware is a financial loss, but losing the data is a catastrophic failure. You must execute a comprehensive backup before departure.
Implementing the security industry's 3-2-1 rule is non-negotiable here.
3 copies of your critical data, stored on 2 different types of storage media, and 1 copy maintained securely off-site, typically encrypted in the cloud. If your phone ends up at the bottom of a canal in Venice, it should cost you the deductible for a replacement device. It should never cost you the cryptographic keys to your life or the irreplaceable photos of your family.
Well said. A critical failure point is relying on automated cloud backups without verification.
Oh, right.
Cloud storage quotas fill up, authentication tokens expire, and the automated sync silently fails. You must navigate into your device settings and visually confirm the timestamp of the last successful, complete backup before you depart.
When you look at this entire Be Security-Aware methodology, it essentially creates a multi-layered defense strategy. It's the ultimate pre-trip phone checklist. Think about your preparation in phases. Phase 1 is the lockdown at home base. Before leaving on your home Wi-Fi, you are hardening the physical access by upgrading to a complex 6+ digit PIN and enabling advanced AI stolen device and theft detection features.
You secure the perimeter by disabling lock screen access. You confirm Find My Device is on and bookmark the recovery pages. Make socials private.
Yes, and you establish secure routing by configuring your travel eSIM and turning on Wi-Fi calling. You disable auto-join, back up your data, and share your location with a trusted friend. Then you enter Phase 2, the transit environment. At the airport or transit hubs, you avoid public USPs.
You verify Wi-Fi names with staff, use that eSIM for banking, ignore random update pop-ups, and watch for ghost tapping.
Finally, Phase 3 is the destination environment. When you land, monitor transaction alerts, be skeptical of travel texts like fake refunds or Airbnb booking problems, and if the worst happens, use Find My Bold to erase the device immediately. It fundamentally changes how you approach traveling with technology.
It really does.
Thank you for tuning in to this deep dive from BeSecurityAware.com. I highly encourage you to visit their site to read the full guide we discussed today. They also have an incredible piece of research out right now detailing the rise of AI-generated luxury resorts, entire hotel websites, and booking portals generated by artificial intelligence that look stunningly real but do not physically exist.
It's wild.
It is. It's essential reading for anyone booking travel this summer.
The threat landscape is evolving at an unprecedented velocity. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the vulnerabilities we discussed today force us to evaluate the fundamental nature of our relationship with these devices. Our phones have transcended their original purpose as communication tools. They are the cryptographic anchors of our digital identities.
They really are.
They store our financial architecture, our biometric markers, and the archival memory of our lives. We aren't just protecting a piece of glass and silicon.
No.
We are protecting the boundary between our digital identity and the physical world. The attack vectors will shift from stealing a physical device to manipulating the digital data overlaying your physical reality.
Wow.
The travel safety protocols of the next decade won't just secure the hardware in your pocket, they will have to authenticate the digital perception of the world around you. It makes you wonder, how will you verify that the information augmenting your reality is genuine and not a malicious projection designed to intercept your interactions? Something to think about while you pack your bags.
That is a staggering implication to consider. Think about the integrity of your digital reality the next time you set your phone down on the table at a restaurant.
Thanks for listening, and safe travels.